Hi everyone. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm talking to the camera. I'm so bad at this, but I wanted to try something a little bit different this year. And I haven't made YouTube videos in a long time. I don't even know when the last time I made one was. I really don't know. It's been, I don't know. I haven't had the 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 resources, I guess I would say. Both physically, all of it. I just haven't had the resources, but I really miss it. And I feel like there's a different way that I want to connect to people on my channel. And I started this channel as a place to share art lessons. And after they started gaining popularity and I was really comfortable with teaching this way, I started a Patreon, and that has been like the biggest gift in my life. It's been amazing. I have the most amazing community there. It's truly incredible. And that really takes up so much of my time. I also work another job, so it's like making YouTube videos has been kind of on the back burner. And I want to change that. I started maybe 2 years ago making videos about my notebooks and my writing practice because it's hugely important to me, notebooks and pens and all of that kind of stuff. But even that has really changed. I've just so much refined my own practices over the past couple of years. I feel like I want to open this up again, but I want to open it up in a new way where I do things that are more vlog style. So it might be one video a month, where I film over the entire month, and it has a little bit of everything in it. Some art, some walks out in my woods or in the fields next door, reading, knitting projects, notebooks, pens, art, everything, kind of everything, And just coming from a really authentic place of real life. I am not someone who's going to produce videos. I'm going to film them and basic editing and upload them. I'm not going to clean my house or make a fancy wall to put behind me or organize my bookshelves for videos. I feel like the videos and the people that I enjoy following they just show up as themselves. They're not producing videos, right? They're not making it, it's not overdone or overproduced. It's just not my style. I have nothing against it. It's just not my style for many reasons. I don't have the skills to do it, number one. I don't have the equipment to do it. I film on my iPhone with a little ring light, that it's attached to. But it's the same light I use as my desk lamp. You know what I mean? I don't have the skills. I don't have the equipment. And I just really appreciate when people show up just as they are and talk about real things and talk about things in their real life, because I feel like it's a time in the world where connection is more important than ever. And how we connect to people really matters. And I want to connect with my face and my eyes, even though I don't know where I'm looking. I'll learn. Right now I'm looking like in the middle of the ring light, so maybe I should look over here. I have no idea, but I'll figure it out. Just as a note to myself, now I'm looking at the 3 little camera things on my iPhone. So that might be the place. I'm not sure because I don't usually film myself. I just washed my hair. I'm not gonna do myself up or put make. You know what I mean? I just want to be who I am, and I just think that how we connect right now is super important in a world that is getting slicker and slicker all the time. Between AI and trying to find the truth about something is really difficult sometimes. It just gets faster and faster, and I'm a person who really believes in slower and slower. And I'm really trying to do that in my own life. And I would like to share those things with people. And I would like to hear about how you do how you handle that and how you do those things. I have a Substack and I write there usually once a week. Sometimes I skip a week, but usually once a week. And I talk a lot about that, about sort of analog living in a really fast-paced world, and I write about that and things like that every week. In just a really honest way. I truly open Substack, start typing, add a few photos, and publish. I make sure I don't have any typos that are glaring, but it's also not overproduced or edited. So I just feel like there's a place for this kind of communication, and I already have this YouTube channel, and I'm not really making use of it. I worked hard in the beginning. I've got, I don't know, not a lot of subscribers, but I have some, and I think it's a starting point. And I think I might even change, I don't know if I'm going to change the name, or I would love to hear from you. I mean, like, do you think I should start a new channel? Or do you think I should just I think I can just leave it. I think it's just my name. I'll have to check. I don't even know that. That's how involved I am in YouTube. But it is a great platform, and I use it all the time at night when I'm really tired. I get home from work and I've had dinner and I'm just getting ready to wrap up the day, and I've written in my journal and all the things I wanted to do. I'll sometimes sit in my chair or even in the bathtub and watch a YouTube video or two of my favorite creators here. And I'm going to make a video about that, or make a list for you and just put it in the description box, and I'll just keep adding to it. People that just really bring a lot to my life through what they share. Most of them are book people. There are some artists. I don't really watch any cooking things anymore. Notebook people that are like really authentic about it. There's a couple that I just love. One of them that I really love that I found, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. It's called The Common Corner. You can look that up. The woman's name is Elle, and she just does such a lovely job. We have very different styles, and very different ways of going about our notebooks, but I really appreciate her passion for it, and I've learned a lot from her in my own practice. But yeah, so I kind of want to know what you think. I have so many interests, in hobbies, I guess I would call them, rituals in my life, and I feel like we all do, and that it's a good idea to share them and to honestly talk about things. Books are a huge part of my life. I'm a writer too, so I would love to talk more about books. I'm an introvert. I love people. I am not shy at all, but I really need a lot of alone time. I like to be home. I don't really like to go to events or gatherings at all. And so this YouTube is a great way for me to learn about books and hear people talk about books. I'm not a book club person. I learned that, I learned that a while ago. So it's kind of like a book club where I can be home in my jammies, right? And I like that. So let me know your thoughts. I think right now what I'm going to do is flip the camera around and show you my notebook and how it is. I'm going to put it back in its case and I can show you. It's really evolved over the past couple of years, and I'm going to show you that. But I'm on my second one with this format. I have one book now. I used to have up to 6 or 7. I have one, and it's my everything book. And I truly, everything goes in here, and that has been, wow, what a difference. It's kind of an amalgamation of all different things. But is that the right word, amalgamation? Feels like that's a word you use for dentistry. I don't know. But anyways, I've learned many things. I've been keeping a notebook for decades. And where it used to be just a spiral notebook and a big pen, it evolved into this really complicated thing where I was spending way too much money on way too many things. And the past couple years, I've really just brought it right back down. I feel like I had to kiss a lot of frogs to find my prince. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to show you my notebook and how it's been. I'm going to grab my last one that I finished and just show you a little bit of that too. I don't like to show too much because what I write is really personal. I don't want to put that on, but I'm just going to flip through and kind of show you the system. You know, I'm not someone who, I don't want my writing to be on YouTube, and I'm not someone who's going to make a fake notebook to show you. So I'll just kind of put my hand over the writing a little bit. But yeah, let's start there. And I would love to hear your thoughts and see what you think and what you feel about this channel going forward. I think what suits me most is to do something that's like a month long. And so I'm taking a little bit of footage here and there about different things. And it's sort of like a November with me or a December with me. And just all the different things that I'm working on and thinking about and want to talk about. I don't know. Let me know what you think. All right. So now I'm going to show you my notebook. You know what? I'm just going to begin. I was going to put everything together, but that's silly. This is how it was when I decided to make this video. I've been writing this morning, but I'm going to close this one and just going to kind of show you what my current notebook looks like. So this is my second everything book. My other one was a Hobonichi notebook. I'll grab it in a second. This is a Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal. This is the artist edition, and I saw this somewhere, and oh my god, I just loved it. It's so I'm just trying to see where I am in the frame. I don't want to leave it out. It's just so me. It's just like, it could be snow, it could be just sparkles and shimmers, and if you know me, you know I love sparkles. My very, very favorite story for my whole life is called Star Money. This is a little copy I made of a very famous illustration. I just made it for my own desk to have. But this is Star Money. It's a wonderful Grimm's fairy tale. You can look it up. Anyhow, I love sparkles. Sparkles are just really important in my life. So, for reasons I can't explain, plus they're beautiful. They're beautiful. So anyways, I saw this and I fell in love with it. I will admit it is not my favorite paper, but I had to. And there's a lot of things I love about this notebook. The sparkles, I love that it has like layout stuff, even though I really don't use layout stuff that much. But this was a collaboration with Bullet Journal. And so it starts with like a dedication page. I name my journals, and this one, her name is Starling. And I started this particular one on November 18th. And then there's a key, and I put my own key down here. I do use the Bullet Journal key for my daily tasks. I really like it. I learned that several years ago, and I really like it. This is for your intentions. I still haven't figured it out. I think I'll wait until the first of the year to set some intentions for this book. This is my index. There's 4 pages for index, and I do keep an index. So really, and you'll see why. It's super helpful for me. But this can be done in any notebook. It doesn't have to have a space for it, right? And I just gotta say, even though this paper is really thick and there's no ghosting or bleed through or anything, I just don't love it. You know, like sheening fountain pen inks don't sheen on here. Do you know what I mean? It's just not my favorite paper. It's a very good paper, but it's just not my favorite. My future log, I love. I like this because this is where I put appointments as they come up, and I put birthdays on the right hand side, so I always know. And when I start getting appointments, I put them in here. So that is super, super helpful for me. And I have all 12 months at a time. So I started this in November, so this goes from November through October, right? It doesn't matter when I start a new notebook. I'll put all 12 months in, starting with the month that it is. And then I start the month with a calendar. This is just a running calendar, so I can put all my appointments in here as they come. These are like time-sensitive appointments. And then on this side, it's a timeline of one or two things that happens in that day. And I try to write it at the end of the day, just to kind of remember something great that happened or something not great sometimes. So November has 2 pages. And then I go into, I have a big task list, right? And then I go into the week. And I used to do this in a Hobonichi weeks, and then I had a separate journal, I had a separate this, I had a separate that. But now I just make lines, and I write my appointments down as they come. These are time sensitive things that happen that day. They're like events. And then I start my days. And every day I start with a quote or an intention for myself. I write something to myself in the morning that is sort of my intention for the day. I do very minimal decorating, usually one sticker, some washi tape or something like that. I write down my to-dos using the bullet journal style. And then I sometimes will track notes during the day if I, need to remember something. And then I journal. And so I can flip this page, and I don't know why I left this page blank. I have no idea. But then I journal. I long form journal. And sometimes I only have one page. Sometimes I have 5 or 6. And then the next day, again, I don't know why I skipped this. Not sure. I start again with my quote and my task list, and then I journal. And then go to the next day. So it's just so simple because I get my task list in, it's my calendar for the day, and then I journal as much as I want to, right? And I keep my decorations very simple. I use pencil and ballpoint pen for all my calendar stuff, and for my journal, I use different fountain pens. And I'll have a new video about that too, because I've really narrowed down my pens and sold some, and got rid of a lot of ink, and I only have a few. And actually, I'll show you that in a little bit. They're in the back here. So again, the next day, my tasks, and then I journal. And so some days, so this is the following week. Some days I journal a lot. Some days, like yesterday, I only did this much. And so this is today, right? Thanksgiving. And then I started journaling. So it's just a great system for me because everything is here that I used to use 2 or 3 notebooks for is all in one notebook. All right. Then at the back of the notebook, what I've done, all right, is I've done things that I don't want to disrupt the flow of my months and weeks up here. So I put other things in the back. I have a pen test page where I write down the ink that I'm using and what pen, so I remember what inks I'm using in here, right? These are all in my index. They have numbered pages. And then these are books and other media. I just started a new book, so I wrote it in here. And then when I finish it, I'll write a short review about it. These are my finances, which hasn't started because I'll start that actually December 1st. These are ink swatches. So these are the inks that I have right now. And I'll do another video about this. I'm not going to go into that right now. But these are the inks that I have in my collection right now. All right. Really important to me, right? This is a page where I'm going to plan for my next trip to Ireland to see my kids. And I will start that in January. This is, we're creating a home studio for me in the back of the house. So this is going to be for that plan. This is deep cleaning tasks that I will do for the next few months. And again, I just started this a couple weeks ago, and it's been a busy couple weeks. So I'm planning on getting to this between Christmas and New Year when I have some time off of work. This is my financial plan for next year. That's what this page will be. I've got things that I want to save for. New recipes to try. So see, I put everything I could think of back here. I think that might be it. Yeah. And so if something else comes along, I just flip to the next open page, think about how many pages I might want, put the title down, and then add it to my index. So great. I had so many books before, and now it's all here. Now there is only one thing that I keep separate from this, and I'm going to show you that. So this is where I keep all my supplies, and I'll go through that another time. This is a wonderful notebook cover, and everything goes in here. So when I leave the house, I grab this. This goes in here. And it just folds up and snaps, and I go. It's perfect for me. I have doctored this up a lot. I've added, you know, patches and charms and things like that. And I added this little pocket that I sewed to put my pencil board in, and sometimes I put other things in there. But it's perfect for me. So my notebook just sits here. So in this pocket, I have an MD notebook that is the MD Light, right? In the back, I have my dot stickers. And this is my commonplace book. It's the only thing I don't keep in here. The commonplace book is separate, right? But it's, I feel like it's just an annex, because sometimes commonplace books last me longer. And this is actually thin, but it will last me a while. All right. So that's the only thing that's separate from, but it's, I still consider it like one book, one system. It's all here. All right. Super, super important to me that it's all right here. And I'll tell you what, it has been, I mean, like a dream. It is, you know, this has been, let's see, when did I start the other one? I don't have to look. Maybe August, when I just really, truly went down to one book. I abandoned my old Hobonichi weeks from last year. I went up to August in it, and then everything started being in one book. So I'm going to show you my last one just a little bit, because it's really personal, because I had some kind of very sad things happen during that time. This is just a Hobonichi notebook with the Tomoe River paper, and I really like it. I'll just show you a little bit. So I always decorate. I love anime and manga art, and so I, you know, once I finish with them, I save them and I use the art to decorate things. And this is a manga called The Girl from the Other Side. It is, oh, it's such a nice series. So, and so here I was putting my I started like this, where I was putting my my calendar on one side, and then just kind of going through the pages. I watched a video by someone named, her channel is The Joy of Stationery, and she had a really great setup where in her Hobonichi, or can't remember, maybe it was a date-free Hobonichi. This is just a notebook. But she did this thing where she folded pages, and I really liked that. And I did it for a while, and I might do it again if I go back to this thinner paper. But anyways, again, photographs of loved things and parts of my day. You know, a few washi stickers or something, and I just write and write and write, and these are the dates up here, right? And so same thing, I'm tracking a few things as I go, important things about my life. I'm just writing. And this was a particularly stressful and hard time for me, so I wrote like abnormal amounts. I really wrote all the time. Every now and then I might sketch something. We were at breakfast and I sketched my husband. It's so silly. I tried the folding thing again, where I wrote my schedule down. These are timed appointments that, you know, are scheduled. And then each day I would write down my other things. Here's another week. So that week I didn't write as much, but you can see, just a lot of writing, but oh, it's just so nice to be able to do it. And I really, in this book, for some reason, I liked having a margin and splitting the days. So this is a palette that I'm working on with a paint company. You know, it's just, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So anyways, yeah, this is, you know, and it just goes and goes and goes. So I am so excited to have one book. And what I did is all my A5s, I just put a stack of them on my shelf, and when one's done, I'll just pick up the next one. I wanted to try that bullet journal. And I won't buy another one. I'll just go back to my A5s, Midori or Hobonichi or Stalogy or something. I'll talk about that as I go too. So yeah, I hope this isn't too wordy and confusing, but I just kind of wanted to share what I've been doing with my notebook. And I'll make another video about these beautiful things another time, because I've really narrowed down my pens. All my pens are into, they're actually in a couple places. So yeah, I just don't have that many pens anymore. It feels good. It feels good. And it feels good to not need anything and not feel like I need anything, to not constantly be searching for the next best thing. That can be a real danger with hobbies in general, right? I'm just very content. And the cool thing is that my tools, I mean, I might buy a new pen, like a marker or something every now and then, but I'm pretty happy with what I've got. And when one runs out, then I can, either get the same thing or try something new. But, the beauty of it is when you finally settle in on a system for yourself, is that your exploration can be within the pages, like how you go about organizing the pages, the way you decorate them, the way you lay things out. That can be where the discoveries are, and sort of the novelty comes in, right? Instead of constantly thinking, well, what about another notebook or another notebook or this kind of fountain pen or that kind, it's just too much for me. Other people can handle it. I just can't. It was too much. And so I feel really, really just settled. I just love my practice so much. So that's it. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll make a video soon after the holiday weekend and stuff about the book I'm reading right now. And then I think maybe just one more video or two more before the end of the year. And then I think my plan is to just film off and on throughout January and just stick those videos into a folder on my phone. And then like toward the end of January, or I'm sorry, toward the end of December, just make a little video and upload it. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's a nice idea. And then I can bring so many different things in, and maybe I'll keep it to an hour, I'm going to really edit out the stuff. So it's not a huge, big, long thing. Yeah. I don't know. Sounds good. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. People have come here for different reasons over the years. I've had this YouTube channel for a while now, like 8 years now, I think. And many of you first found me through my work with Craftsy as a watercolor teacher. And so I don't want to abandon that. Now, that's the other thing I want to talk about. I'm going to start releasing videos, maybe 1 or 2 a month on here. And these are, sometimes they're full projects, things that I have shared on my Patreon that are over 2 years old. So for the past 2 years on Patreon, everything new is going to be sacred to Patreon. But anything before that, if it's a project that I think the masses would like, I'm going to release them slowly and put them on here so other people can enjoy them. My Patreon is just so full. I mean, I've got over 500 lessons on there. It's a lot. And some of them, once people do them, they don't go back to them. They deserve to have a bigger audience. So I'm just going to slowly go through and start releasing some of them to YouTube. So you'll see those too. So hopefully there'll be something for everyone. And my experience has been that people that are here, we have similar interests anyways. And so most people are into books. Most people love to see footage of nature, beautiful snowfall or something. Maybe like to talk about music. Maybe you like knitting. I'm a big knitter, so I want to talk about that stuff too. Many of you like notebooks, sketchbooks, So I think it's a common thread. And yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you again soon. Take care.